overall impressions to start with, Mark, if you could, just of the 90 minutes out there tonight?
Disappointing, clearly, not just the result, but the performance as well. I thought, they stayed extremely well, and give them full credit because I thought they were really up for the game tonight. And probably what disappointed me the most is that we didn't match them in the intensity, particularly the first 20-25 minutes. They were first to the ball. They were extremely hungry. They were moving quite well too. And when we're 1-0 down and we've got to chase the game, I thought we were okay in patches, but by and large, it wasn't the performance that we were expecting.
Are those things easily fixable? Maybe the lack of, I don't know whether desire is the right word, but just the fact that they wanted a little bit more tonight from what you're saying?
Yeah, look, I still thought our players worked extremely hard throughout the game, and there's not one that I can question in terms of their lack of effort. It's just going back to analysing the game and making sure that we are up for every game. And not to say that we weren't up for it, I just thought that the Wanderers started better than us. So we pride ourselves on starting well, particularly at home, and we've done that I think the last two games in particular. So now we will, like I said, we'll analyse it. We'll ask certain questions and find out where we need to improve from that point of view. But it's a one-off performance as far as I'm concerned, one-off game. We certainly look to rectify that next week, and we've got enough time to do that. So as far as I'm concerned, it's just one game, and it certainly doesn't derail anything. If anything, I'm looking for a reaction from the players, particularly when we get the training and our first session back as well.
Just the two changes you made, Mitch Nichols and Max Burgess coming in for David Williams and Supper at Can you just talk us through that?
Yeah. Look. Ultimately, I take full responsibility for the result. There's absolutely no dramas there. It was, somewhat tactical and performance as well. So, there's a lot of data that we have a look at in terms of who we are and the team that we set out to be. So. They were my decisions at the end of the day, and like I said, I'll take full responsibility for that.
What were you looking for?
Look, I was. Max is not someone that penetrates. He's someone that looks to find pockets, and it's certainly an area that we analyse with the Wanderers. They defend up in a 4-1-4-1, so there's a lot of pockets there in between, particularly the two banks of four, and so. We thought that someone like Max, who likes to get into those sort of areas better. Regarding Mitch, Mitch is a box-to-box type of player. He's been training the house down, putting his hand up for selection week in, week out. So, we thought the third man runs. Sapri is in the box-to-box type of player. He's more a touch player, and so that was basically the reasons for those two decisions. But like I said, they're my responsibility, and I take that.
They seem to be able to play reasonably easily through the midfield. What do you think the reason for that was?
Yeah, perhaps personnel change, but we certainly worked on it, and all players are very clear on the system, and they all work within that system as well. We make sure that everyone gets an opportunity to play, but I thought that we were very stretched in that front third, and I thought we were a little bit too high at times. We weren't as compact as we normally are. With the front three as well, which allowed them to play out a little bit too easy. But I thought they did well with their game plan as well. Getting their two wide players to roll inside, and Doherty had like a free roll, and we know that Alex was a dangerous player. Riera was quite a handful as well to hold off. They're a good side. Like I said, it's very early as well. Last year, Melbourne Victory, I think, didn't win their first 6 or odd games, and they went on to win the grand final. Wanderers are no different. We spoke about that all week, that this is a team that's ready to roar. Just make sure it's not against us. But they put on a performance, like I said today, and full credit to them.
Monday, I was tiring quite a bit towards the season with working about fitness, and you sort of happy with the depth you've got in that position.
I'd love depth everywhere, Liam. This is the team that I've got, and I'll back them, and we'll work hard to continue to improve as well. Look, Mandy struggled towards the back end, but I'd made a decision to go for the game and to try and get something back. You know, one thing that you'll see if you look at the bench, you know, I've always used my attacking options. Not once have I put on a defender in the first 3 games, and again when we were 2-0 down. And there were moments in the game when we could have been back into the game. We had chances, you know, from set pieces to bring it back to 1-1. You know, Burns hits the post, bring it back to 2-1. I've been involved in enough games with, you know, 8 or so minutes to go, including injury time, to know that there's a big chance to get back into the game. You know, certain things didn't fall for us throughout the game, but by no means is that an excuse. Like I said, Wanderers deserve their win.
Just like aside from the pre-match, the players and staff were on before the game.
Yeah, it's something that we've introduced this year as well. I think it's a very powerful message. It's something that is cultural as well in this country, and you know, part of the time that we spent away with the Defence Force wasn't just a boot camp, as some would call it. There was a lot more than that. It was getting to understand what the Phoenix represents, what the words underneath the Phoenix represent as well, what the badge means, and I think that's in honour and respect of the culture here as well, and all the players have bought into that as well. It's just something that we do that should be more powerful, and we've done that now, you know, for a few weeks, not just tonight.